This is Alexander Nunley. He's a junior at South High School. At school, he participates in band and theater. In the band, he plays the clarinet. Outside of school, he has a passion and a skill for making stop-motion films. We wanted to understand what he does, so we decided to interview him about stop-motion and how it works.
What is stop motion?
Stop motion is basically a form of animation where you take a physical object and you take pictures of it, and when you play them all back, it creates the illusion of motion.
What made you want to get into that specifically?
I started doing stop motion around elementary school, and I did that because I saw some movies that were stop motion, and I thought it was really cool. The behind the scenes, I always thought those videos were really, really fun to watch, so I just wanted to try it out.
His most recent production, It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Fishman, stars a fish-like character seen in the picture. We will now show you a short clip from part of the stop-motion film.
It's beginning to look a lot like fishmen everywhere I go. From the minute I got to town and started to look around, I thought these ill-bred people's gill slits showed. I'm beginning to hear a lot of fishmen.
Thank you for viewing our documentary. We hope you have a newfound appreciation for stop-motion films and all the work that goes into making one.
South has many talented artists, making amazing stuff without us even knowing. One of these hidden artists is Tanner Ellison.
So outside of school, I paint models. I have a lot of different models that I use for different games or just for my personal enjoyment. I've painted dozens of different kinds of models, some sci-fi, some sort of like fantasy themed. It's very therapeutic. I enjoy it. It's super fun.
How would you describe yourself in your art?
Patience, I feel like, is important, because I have this batch that I'm working on right now. It's like four tiny figures, about maybe 2 inches tall.
Is there anything you plan on doing with your art in the future?
I don't intend on ever making any money from it, although I have been told that I could. So maybe I'd do that, just extra money in college or something. I play Dungeons and Dragons and Warhammer, which are games that you can use painted minis in. So I use them in those games, but also other people who maybe don't want to paint their own.
I started when did I start? Maybe middle school, high school, college. I played the banjo a little bit, 5-string banjo. I never got particularly proficient, but I did learn a little bit, learn some tunes. I was learning some of the melodic style. Then I purchased a guitar, and I started learning guitar and singing. I was in so a lot more. Guitar is a lot more conducive to sort of, leading a band or leading people and singing than banjo. Banjo's, kind of a specialized instrument. So I spent a number of years. A friend of mine gave me a bagpipe chanter as a gift, and that sent me on about a 4-year journey of learning bagpipe, the Scottish Highland pipe, and it's based. I realized that I've evolved over time, right? In that music now, where I am in life now, I find music I don't listen to it as compulsively as I did in my 20s and 30s and even 40s. I listen to the radio. A lot of times I listen to I go to stations, I'm bouncing between. There's a couple contemporary Christian stages. I don't love the music there, but I'll go there just for the songs. But the K-Rock 98.7 route, and then I have 102.7. I got Power 106. I kind of bounce around. Been venturing in hip hop a little bit, so I get bored with music is the problem. And so I love certain music, but after hearing it enough times, I just don't necessarily want to go back there. My favorite band of all time is probably Radiohead. That's a band I've really been into since they started, and everything.
Gabriella, who goes by Ella, is a fantastic artist whose amazing album. She is currently in AP Art and she owns a small business for masks. She makes masks and she upcycles clothes outside of school. Ella likes making masks and upcycling clothes because it helps her express herself. Having a small business for masks helps her get money to save for college, as well as helping out her community and family. She also likes to upcycle clothes, which means that she gets clothing and turns it into better clothing. This helps her save money as well as express her own definition of art. Ella is now going to talk about what she feels towards art. How is upcycling clothes and making masks different or similar to what you would do in art class?
The biggest difference I would say is like making masks and upcycling clothes is like it's very like concrete, like you can see it and I can wear it and other people can wear it, so I think like that's pretty cool, like not to just have it like on a paper.
How has doing these things like impacted your life?
The business I've started with my masks helps me donate to causes and save for college, so that's like really substantial and cool.
Ella is a creative person who has her own perception of art. Although she said that art might not really be relevant in her future, at least being creative will be there for her. The pandemic has changed everyone's lifestyle and people have learned to adapt. Ella has adapted by using her creativeness and taking advantage of the situation she was in by selling masks and making them for her family. Art needs creativeness and originality, but art can also come from inspiration of others.
My name is Julie Wood, and I am one of the CTE teachers. I teach the computer science principles class, the AP computer science principles, and then I teach media 1 and 2, and I'm the yearbook advisor, and I'm also the Cyber Patriots advisor as well. The big thing that I do / used to do is sing. I was a cantor at my church, and so I would lead the services as far as singing goes when I was in high school and through college and stuff. I'm an alto, so that's where I would sing. And so I would do kind of bit parts in some of the musicals that we had on campus. I was in the music band. I was a pickle little lady in the music band. I was in Fiddler on the Roof. I was the grandma that comes back to life. I'm the only comic relief in that whole entire play. Where you go and they you sing or you play your instrument or whatever, and they judge you, and then they select a certain amount of people to be in the state-run festivals. And I actually, my senior year, got to go to the state festival. It's pretty cool, and I was in this, like I said, a choir of about 200 people. It was very big, but it was really awesome because it was such an amazing group of people who had amazing voices. And I would rather my son, who loves to sing, I encourage him, and so that's why we did hire his choir teacher from school as his private coach, and he's been working with her, and I'm hoping that if we can encourage him, then I can enjoy what he is doing, kind of like what I got to do.